Hello everyone! This is Running on Empty Food Review. Well, hello ladies, gentlemen, and everyone watching. Welcome one and all to this newest edition of the Running on Empty Food Review series. I'm your host, The Report of the Week. Thank you for checking in. Been a little while since I've tried out something from Culver's, and they have a new release out. As a matter of fact, it is a celebrity meal. Probably the first celebrity meal I've reviewed in at least a little while. And it's amusing how it is, you know. McDonald's started the trend of the celebrity meal back in 2020, I think it was. Maybe it was 2019. It was around that time anyway. And at first the celebrity meals were huge. I mean, everyone was talking about them. Then you had other places started copying, of course, McDonald's strategy. You know, they saw the success, they wanted to replicate it. And amusingly, all the other copycat celebrity meals never really did all that well, and I've reviewed a bunch. I mean, KFC, they've done some celebrity meals. I think Popeyes has as well. And I know there were a few others. And generally, these other sorts of celebrity meals, the reaction is, who? And that's about it. And a lot of people, I think, see celebrity meals as sort of a strategy to try to just repackage the same stuff, put someone's name on it, and try to maybe upcharge it a little bit. But, nonetheless, this one might buck the trend, because I'm pretty certain, I might be wrong, but I am pretty certain, this is the first celebrity meal that involves a very, very popular sports figure. As a matter of fact, this is Culver's new J.J. Watt meal. And again, he is an NFL star. And this one really hits, it hits me personally, it really does. Because, you know, you ever see those times where someone is just lost in thought, you know, they might just be sort of gazing out at something, you know, and it's like you could tell something's going on inside their head, and it's like, what are they thinking about? I mean, I get moments like that a lot. And for me, especially as of late, you know, I'll look outside the window, I'll look out at some water there, and I'll think to myself, you know, I know J.J. Watt, he likes his Culvers. What does he get from Culvers? What does he get from Culvers? I'll think to myself. I think if I find out that J.J. Watt likes this item, I'm just going to eat that, just because he likes it. And that's all. I can't stop thinking about it. I mean, no matter what I do, I can't get it out of my mind. Until now. Finally, peace has come because I finally got the answer to this long-awaited question. J.J. Watt's meal. You can get it JJ's way, as they say. And finally, peace. I could get peace. Peace of mind for once. Because now we know the answer. And you will know the answer too. And I'm going to quickly try it all out and see if it's any good. So here's what J.J. Watt likes when he goes to Culver's, all right? He never gets anything else but this. He gets a Culver's Deluxe burger. He gets cheese curds, and he gets his root beer. All right, that's what he likes. So that's J.J.'s way right there, the J.J. Watt meal. You can get it for the price of $10. Essentially, it's like a regular, it's a meal. It's just a fast food meal. No new items for this. You got the Culver's Deluxe, really their signature burger. You've got the cheese curds, their signature fries. All right, some root beer. Maybe that's something. You can get that anyway. But $10 for it. I mean, not terribly bad. Especially when you factor in what the Culver's Deluxe burger is exactly. It comes with 2 beef patties. It comes with cheese, lettuce, tomato, pickles, red onion. It comes with mayo. And it is and it is on a buttered, toasted bun, hence, of course, the famous butter burger. So, I'm going to quickly try it all and rate it all conceptually. Is this a good meal or not? For $10. So first, let's just get to it. Let's try out the meat of things, essentially. The Culver's Deluxe. Now, I think I've already reviewed this, so, you know, I'm not going to spend a ton of time on this. In a deluxe state of mind. J.J. Watt sure is. You know, Culver's is one of those establishments that I've had mixed experiences with, admittedly. Years ago, and I'm not talking too long ago, but maybe back in 2017 or so, I mean, they were incredible. I'm not even going to begin to describe the lengths upon which I would go to get myself some Culvers, as they say. Everything's there. Last few years, though, quality has been inconsistent. But we're giving them another chance. Let's see how it is. The Culver's Deluxe Burger. Main component of the J.J. Watt meal. It's going in. I decided to go ahead and just give that little head salute there for the fun of it. Anyway, you can see I've made some pretty good work of the burger. Quick cross section there. You know, the thing that, number one, if you wanted to save your time, it's good. I'm pleased to say. But the thing that I always like about these deluxe burgers is that if they're done correctly, it's such a nice combination of flavors, and it's a very flavorful sandwich, if you ask me. Because again, the thing with these deluxe burgers is there's so many ingredients involved, you have to get the balance just right. And there are these places that will try, you know, and then they mess one thing up and it just takes everything down with it. And I'm sure you've seen that so many times, especially in the world of fast food. But it is very flavorful. What I always like about Culver's, of course, is the butteriness that the bun has. It's a nice little toasted, you know, crisp to it, but that little butteriness, you really do notice it. And it's just quality. You know, everywhere you look, the lettuce is fresh, the tomato is fresh, so is the onions and the pickles, and the cheese as well. I've always noticed the cheese on the cheeseburgers from Culver's is always of slightly higher quality. It just has this sort of smoothness to it, and this almost authentic characteristic to it, which you don't see from some places, and that's very nice. And mind you, I say that as someone that, generally speaking, I get hamburgers most of the time. And I know, all of a sudden, at that revelation, you know, I could just tell by the reactions, expressions are changing. A lot of people are probably reaching for the knife that they always keep next to them when they watch my videos. And they say, "You scoundrel." Because, you know, obviously you expect me to be a cheeseburger fanatic, but it is what it is. Generally speaking, I like my hamburgers the best, but you know what? The cheese on this is of good quality, and boy, does it complement the burger. It really does. It's of good quality. This is, I would say, a nicely done, a deluxe burger. Very flavorful. The mayo, I know I'm not the biggest mayo fan either, but I think it's not overdone or anything. It definitely gives it some nice moisture, freshness of the ingredients, juicy, it's flavorful, and this is the quality of Culver's that I had that had originally welcomed me to this chain, and it's good to see it back. So very, very impressed with the deluxe burger. It's a good one. Let's get a snack now. How about it? The cheese curds right here. Try that out. Little balls of cheese that are fried and breaded. Cheesy and flavorful, a little salty, but again, quite good for what they are. And I've reviewed those in depth as well, so if you want to you could go back a few years, and I've already reviewed them. I always recommend them with marinara sauce. I think that's it complements them nicely. I highly recommend that. But if you get it JJ's way, because you have to remember, okay, you have to get in the mind of JJ Watt here, right? This is his meal, and you got to get it his way, all right? It doesn't matter what you like. This is JJ's way, not your way. Don't forget that. But in all seriousness, though, he likes it without the marinara sauce, so it doesn't come with the marinara sauce. Me personally, though, I think the marinara sauce complements it. It adds to it nicely. I would recommend getting it. As a matter of fact, this is what they give you right here. I think they used to give you Heinz marinara sauce, if I'm not mistaken. At least this one switched over to this brand, which I find inferior, quite frankly. But it still complements it nicely. And I would just recommend that. It helps balance everything out. But the cheese curds, they hold their own regardless. And now, after all that food, let's wash it down with some root beer. This is a medium. Pleasant, quite sweet, this variety is. Moderately carbonated, but refreshing nonetheless. Certainly a worthy accompaniment of this meal, I would say. So, quality of everything food-wise is perfectly fine. A much better Culver's experience than, again, some of what I have gotten over the last few years, which is good. Quality of the food, I would say, is definitely on the upper end as far as, again, what I get from Culver's. I am very pleased with all of this. This is a good meal that I will certainly be indulging in once the camera is off. And price-wise, too, $10 for all this, especially in today's economy. Not bad. Conceptually, it's a little silly. You could get this any other day you want, and they just put the name of this NFL star on it just for the drum-up interest, essentially. But you know what? You see this a lot, and at least, despite it not necessarily being the most original thing, quality is there. I'm happy with that, and the price is alright, too, all things considered. So therefore, I'm going to be rating the JJ Watt meal from Culver's. I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10, because the quality is good. Yeah, it's lacking originality, but the price is alright, and in the end, you're getting this meal in the hopes that it's going to be a meal that you want to eat, enjoy, and hopefully get again. And in my case, that precisely is what it is. So the quality of all the items here is definitely the reason, of course, why it's getting the rating that it's getting. Maybe a little tacky, perhaps, but all these celebrity meals are these days, and this is no different. 90% of these places don't give you anything new for them. It's just the same items with just a name plastered to them. But look, it's good. It tastes good. That's what matters most, and that's what I'm happy with. And that's all that I have for you. Thank you for watching, and until next time, I'm your host, The Report of the Week.